Okay, another watershed moment for me. I went with a doctor who was a rheumatologist up to Canada. He had a beautiful place up in Canada with his wife. I went with him and his wife. Um, and he wanted me to help get out the word about ASEA because he still didn't know as much. You said I trained doctors, so I was still in training with him. And his wife had a neurological disease that progresses quite quickly normally, and she'd only been given a couple of years of quality life left. She started drinking, and she went back to her neurologist, and he said, "Man, that new medicine I gave you must really be working." And she goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry. We were traveling. I never went to pick up that medicine." And he goes, "What are you doing then? You're improving." And she said, "Well, I'm drinking this water. You need to talk to my husband about it." And so, long story short, with her, it's never progressed.
Wow.
Oh,
But when he took me to Canada, there was a man with the same affliction. And he asked me, he said, "I got this on him exactly a month ago today." And I remember the date, it was July 16th, because that's my son's birthday. And so he said, "Would you go with me to see how he's doing? I don't know what to expect." I said, "Sure." So we go to the house, and he hadn't been able to really walk very well or smile, or he hadn't played the guitar in 7 years. He just couldn't do any of those things anymore. And so we expected his wife to answer. We knocked on the door. He comes to the door, fully smiling, fully walking, and he grabs the doctor's hand, and he's bringing him back, and he's like, "Thank you enough. You've changed my life." Da, 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 on and on and on. And he goes, "Oh, and Dr. Bob, come back with me. I have to show you what I can do now." He starts playing the guitar.
oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
And we get out, and this is kind of early on in my career with ASEA. And I am jumping literally up and down on the lawn going, "Oh my gosh, we don't know what really we have our hands on." I was like out of my mind excited. And I turn over and look at him, and he's like as gray as parts of your shirt, Ricardo. And I'm
Wow.
like, "What's wrong?" And he looked at me dead in the eye, and he just said, "Debbie, you don't understand. Doctors just don't see things like that."
Mm.
And he was so shaken that I
Mhm.
had to take his arm and lead him back to his car and drive him home that day.
Wow.
And I thought, I will never forget that as long as I live.